unbeaten league record has gone, 2-0 defeat at home. Maybe if we start with the goals, because they're sort of identical goals.
Yeah.
Corners, headers, swung in, far post area.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a bit of lax marking, and I mean, we knew we have done a little bit on set pieces, not a lot, because generally we're quite good at them. I think that's the first probably set piece I think we've conceded this season, and we know it's a big thing at this level, especially in tight games like this, and the games have been decided on set pieces. So it's a bit disappointing because they haven't really opened us up in open play. So lack of concentration is something obviously you go back on and learn and understand that obviously, you know, in tight games they can be the deciding factor, and you know, just it's a bit of desire, isn't it, really, when it comes down to set pieces, especially if you're zonal and you've got guys who are man to man. It's a bit of desire, just don't let a person get in front of you, because that's what a lot of these teams will rely on, those little moments, and you know, it's their game plan, they can say it's worked.
Other than that, I think Jack only made one save really late in the game.
And yeah, so again, from a defensive perspective, you'll be disappointed, isn't it? Really, I felt we started well, as we tend to do, in terms of like creating a few chances, getting into promising positions, and I think where we have been better the previous weeks is punishing teams and getting us promising positions. Like Lewis got in behind a couple of times and didn't really amount to much, and then obviously Noah had the 1v1, which is again a critical part of the game. You know, if we go 1-up, I feel at home, tails are up, and confidence starts exuberating. They might have to change their game plan. We can start playing a bit of our football, but it didn't work out that way. And like I said, once we conceded the goal, we're back up against it. Now it's not that we haven't conceded goals before, but we just couldn't. As I said, our final passing today wasn't really too great in terms of, like I said, of the promising situations we got into. So it was an off day for the forward line, really.
Okay. So, I mean, first half, as you said, we created a few chances. We looked quite bright. Second half, they really kind of shut us out and managed it.
Yeah, because I think, as I said, we come out obviously with a game plan. Boys were fired up. I understand sort of 1-0, but you know, really, we still felt we were just sort of slightly the better team in terms of trying to create opportunities. But then the second goal is really a killer, isn't it? Because then it's a 2-0 deficit. They can really sit back and turn the game into sort of a bit frantic, you know, a bit bitty. And fair play to them. You know, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you manage games, and that's why they haven't conceded too many, because you know they keep to their structure, don't give too much away, and just look for moments. So you have to give credit to our position and just realise, you know, on the day we needed to be a bit better. We were going to get something from the game.
Big talking point in the second half is, well, certainly the sending off, but possibly multiple sending it off. I'm going to try and let you talk through it, but essentially their number 9 got sent off for a push, and 2 of our players followed.
Yeah, so I think because of the melee, I think he sent both off. Again, the ref didn't give a clear sort of reason why Junior got sent off, because really from watching it looked like the strikers, you know, done something to Junior, and Junior obviously gone down, so naturally that's one sending off. So I don't know if he's felt I haven't seen it properly, or there was an altercation, they've got into each other's faces, so I need to send both off. That's what he's done. Then after that, I think he's obviously sinned in Bailey for a bit of dissent. So then we're down from 9 to for a period, and again that suits them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting a bitty, you know. I think he initially sent Geoff off because he thought Geoff was Junior. So
Right.
then obviously he had to sort that out, because Geoff will start walking off, and then obviously sent Junior. So it's just again, if I'm the team that's in front, you know, you're loving all that really, because again it just stops the flow of the game. There's no real tempo to it. We try and find ways of, you know, creating one, because they're 2 up, but I feel, you know, if we could get one 5-10 minutes ago, you just don't know, isn't it? It's football, but we couldn't really make that breakthrough, and so the game sort of drifted out really to the end, which is disappointing from our perspective, because we never really felt we put them under any sort of sustained pressure. You know, even in the first half, you know, we thought we had a penalty, the linesman flagged, the refs refused to go and talk to them. You know, it's a bit frustrating, you know, so the boys naturally be frustrated, but all in all, like I said, you know, I think they were worthy to win, you know, because at a quite vital moments they produced the quality, and we couldn't.
Okay. North West London next Saturday, team we know well.
Yeah, you know, our good friends, so to speak. So we played them enough time. I don't know what our record is too much, but I know, I think we've definitely got up on them in terms of like winning. It's a step 6, so you know, it could be different dynamics, but it'll be a different sort of game to what we're used to, because I feel Basildon Town and sort of my opponents today play a similar sort of way. Dunmow, yeah, thank you.
All right.
Play a similar sort of way where they're going to test you sort of physically and, you know, play to a system where North West London will try to outplay us, which is a different sort of game, and which we're used to. So they're used to us, we're used to them. So usually with our games, they're quite entertaining in terms of like end-to-end sort of stuff. So hopefully, you know, we can get back to winning ways. You know, it's like I said to the boys, it's been a great start. Consider again, we're a promoted team, so there's no need to panic. But it's a lesson learned that we've sort of seen these sounds coming in the sense of, if you don't be clinical in the first half, to prevent any level of football, if you don't be clinical and take your chances when you're up, eventually, you know, a decent team will come back into it. So it's lesson to learn. So obviously the boys are disappointed. We don't want to lose at home, you know, for the people that have come out today and hailstones and stuff. So we're always grateful to understand, you know, because people have seen the weather forecast and thought maybe not today, bank holiday, but we had again decent turnout. So apologies to them, you know, we couldn't really, you know, get the result, but we'll, you know, we've got a week now. So sort of reflect on the game, have a look, work on a few things, and like I said, we can get the win against North West London. It's still a really good start, and that's what we want to be, having a steady start, still, you know, relatively at the top end of the table.
Brilliant. In the words of Stu Purcell, we go again.
We always go again.
Thanks, Geoff.
No problem.
Cheers.